doesn't need to references. He decided to be going. Though there was a call, but he has already decided to be going. So
let me.
on his way going.
You've said yours. Let me say mine.
Then on his way going.
Let me say mine. Okay.
Go on.
Now, let's put all these interviews together. The brother said, "Blessed." Ìbùkún ti pe bàbá ẹ̀, ó ti sọ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ fún bàbá ẹ̀. Ìbùkún called and told the father what happened. And he added, so Bukky said, so Baba Mohbad is in mom.
You are missing something there. Baba said, I'm on my way going. When Baba was on his way going.
Baba said, yes, he was on his way going.
Yeah, don't make it look like it was at home somewhere. Like make
No. No, let me finish the sentence. I'm going to add it.
Or maybe let's bring the audio and play so that it becomes clear. I don't want to
hold on. We can bring the audio too because we can actually use it for this afternoon analysis. Ibukun, that man told us that Ibukun already called, maybe on his way. Ibukun called the father and told the father, Mohbad ti kú. Ibukun told the father, Mohbad ti kú. And that means Baba Mohbad was already informed. And according to what Bukky said, according to her, she said, so Baba already knew that Mohbad was dead. He only played along.
At what point did he know that the blessing told it matters?
Even let's say when he got to Osaka, London. Let's even assume at that junction. What I'm saying right now is Baba has never told us in everything he said. And Bukky said today it was because Baba had the prior knowledge of the boy being dead. That was why he went through the back door to go upstairs. So why is Baba not telling us all this?
Yes, Baba need to tell us what Baba seems to protecting the family interests.
So what Bukky said today now is Blessing told the father everything that happened because Adura told Blessing everything that happened prior to Adura being coerced. Now,
you know what I want to hear from Baba? I want to hear that at the time I hear about my son's death, before I got to their home, okay, the mother has called me.
Girl, Queen B said. Queen B said, Baba gave us the impression as if it was his instinct. No, you don't play us that game.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I expect him to tell us everybody who called him that so that we can know how to go about the investigation. Adibi, he said that okay, before I got home that day,
Darosha never called Baba. Whoever said Darosha called Baba.
Let us be, but don't be excited too much now. Let me hear you.
I'm responding to that comment.
No, but I was speaking. I mean, you have to see that I'm speaking.
Sorry, darling.
So the thing is like this.
You said Baba need to tell us at what point.
The thing is this, okay? Like Darosha did not call him directly. He only picked the phone from Mama to Yaba Darosha. So everybody who called Baba Mohbad is supposed to tell us, I mean, in his conversation. That's why in the next, anybody who's going to interview him, they should ask him, Baba, before you go to that home, did your daughter Blessing inform you about Mohbad's death? And what did he tell you when he called you? And at what point did Blessing call you? And did Prime Boy call you to inform you about Mohbad's death? Or it was just Mama Mohbad that called you, and when you got to Osaka, London, your instinct told you to go there. So there are some laps there.
Yeah, maybe it was after his instincts that was it after his instincts that Ibukun called and Prime Boy called?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to know. Exactly. Because if it's after his instinct, if it's after his instinct, he will give credit to himself. Simple. Doesn't need to mention them. It's not really necessary. Though it's necessary, but it's not really necessary. Because after all, he was already going. I mean, he will be furious at that time. And he will not be interested in hearing anything. He would just want to go and satisfy himself there. So we hope all of these things are clarified. I mean, we don't want to be stupid. We want to follow wisely. We want to ask questions, right questions, and without any distortion.
So, I mean, because, I don't know, we just need to be open on this case. I don't want to pick on. That's why I don't want to pick on him or his Floridian sleep, because we all sleep sometimes. But I don't want to hammer on that, because that has been pounding on my head for a while now. And Buki said, Ibukun told the father everything that happened. If they all know everything, even Ibukun should be petitioned, because you cannot know about a crime and conceal it. She should be petitioned. If truly she knows all of these things and she's keeping quiet in the death of her brother, she needs to go to 6 months in jail for obstruction of justice. Shit. All of them knows what killed their loved one, and they are just giving us all sleepless nights.
Okay, then you know DNA is going to show who controls the property. So you understand?
Yep.
So everyone is trying to cover everyone's secret. There's something. She's still speaking. Let me play her.
Question. The vehicle drove home without a windscreen? She answered yes. Question. Yet the injury was not noticed? She said, it was not noticed until I got to the house, and when I got to the house, I went straight to my son's room to get out for my son. And I was downstairs, and he was downstairs with his workers, his cousin Darosha, and they were downstairs gisting. Question. He was very active? She said yes. Question. At what point did you realize that he needed a pain reliever? She answered, she said, Monday afternoon. Question. Prior to that time, was he still active? She said, he was still active. He still came to the room and he was still trying to touch me and all that. And he was the one that showed me his hand. Question. What was the extent of the bleeding? She said, the bleeding was not much. Even when he slept on the bed, it was a stain of the blood that was on the white bedsheet. Question. You mean the same blood he carried from the show was what stained the bed? She said yes. Question. Is it just the bed sheet that was stained, not other things? Answer. Just the bed sheet. Question. What clothes was he wearing? She said, he didn't wear clothes when he was coming inside. He pulled it at the parlor. He came in with just his trousers. Question. What clothes did he wear at the show? Answer. White and black. Question. Short or long sleeve? She answered, short sleeve. Question. Was the shirt rumpled? She answered, it was rough. Question. I used to be a rapper, same as my husband, and I had to stop because the whole focus was shifted on him. And Prime Boy was also a singer, and I have known him roughly like 8 years now, and I knew them together as friends. Question. So it is correct to say that you've been in a relationship with your husband? She interrupted. We've been friends. I got to know him when I was in GSS 3. I got to know him through a friend called Steven, my classmate, and I had started rapping, and he was also a rapper, and Steven introduced me to him, and we got connected as friends. He would come to my house and we would talk, and sometimes we'd go to the studio together and freestyle together, and the relationship started. Question. That means you have known Mohbad for a very long time. She said, since 10 years now. Question. That means you know his antecedents with the Malian records? She said, I do not know, sir. Question. Do you know his history? She said, Mohbad started officially about 2018 when he vibed to Woody challenged by indiscriminable, a social media influencer, and he came first position, and he was staying with his cousin Darosha. He had left home then. When he got back from school, he stopped going to the house. He stopped going to, hold on please. Excuse me, sorry about that. He stopped going to the house around 2016. Oh, what the hell?
No, not you. Oh, it's not yours.
Excuse me, please. Okay, let's go.
Can I just interject you there, please?
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. There's a part that she said she's not aware of his antecedents as per the Malians, and she's been with him since when she was in, I think she said 10 years. So I'm confused. Or maybe she's still going to answer. But she was with him with the Malians now. So how wouldn't she know their antecedents? His antecedents.
She said she has known Mohbad since when she was in GSS 3. And they asked her that means you have known Mohbad for a very long time. He says since 10 years. The question, that means you know his antecedent with the Malian record. She answered, I don't know. I don't understand, sir. Question, do you know his history? And she answered, Mohbad started officially around 2018 when he vibed to Woody, challenged by indiscriminable, a social media influencer, and he came first position. And he was staying with his cousin Darosha. He had left home. Then, when he got back from school, he stopped going to his house. He stopped going to the house around 2016, and so. He got admission into school in 2015, and he didn't finish due to money. So he went back to face his music, and he started officially in 2018. When he won Woody, as in apostrophe, Woody, that's the name of the challenge. He was staying with his mother's brother, Darosha, at Ikorodu, and at some point, Bolu left and relocated somewhere else, and it was just myself and my husband. He was my best friend, it was my boyfriend then, and we usually go to everywhere together. And in 2019, he released a song called Mio 4. And then he started coming to limelight and people started getting to know him. But he was always scouting everywhere. He did not have a stable place, and if we wanted to meet, we will meet in a hotel, an open space. The music kept on going, and there is someone called My C. He was a Yahoo boy then. So he reached out to him for featuring, and he did a song with him. But it was just me and him that was everywhere. He did not have any friend, and he stopped talking to his friends from the hood. It was just myself and him. We were going through the music process together. Question, do you have a relationship with Malian Records? She answered, I did not know anybody called Naira Marley until he got arrested by EFCC then. I did not know him at all. Question, did you know Sheyi Awoniga? She answered, I knew Sheyi Awoniga through somebody called Ajay. We did not meet physically, and I also knew him through Mohbad. Because when Mohbad went to a show in Ibadan, he met Sheyi Awoniga and reached out to him that she wanted to promote him. And that was because he got signed into Malian music. Now, his friend came into the picture. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom the words because it's so tiny.
Awesome.
Now, his friend came into the picture around May 2019. And I was in school, shuffling everything. And when Ayan came, I was relieved that could focus on my studies, and Ayan was also going with him. And people started getting to know him little by little. And he started going to shows of 100,000, 50,000, 70,000, and things were going. And my still came back to the island around August 2019 again. And he stayed and didn't go again. And Ayan was officially his manager. And around 2019, November, he had a show at Dubai. And before then, Naira Marley reached out to him on Instagram. And I told him to let him feature him. And Naira Marley was trending then. And when he got to Naira Marley, he said he wanted to sign him. And I told him, as his girlfriend, then, not to do that. That he was a boss on his own already. And should not be under anybody, and we insisted he was not going to sign. And he went to Dubai for show. And on the 30th, he called me that he is ready to sign. And I should not be angry. And he said I should not question him, that he has his reason. And he knows that if he should get signed to Naira Marley, many opportunities will come, and he was not with me. If he was with me, I would convince him not to do that. Question: do you have a personal issue on ground against Naira Marley? She answered, no, I did not just want him to sign. Question: from the get-go, why did you want him to sign with Naira Marley?
Why didn't you, or why did you?
Why did you? I guess there's an error there. I'm just reading what they wrote there.
Okay,
From the get-go, why did you? Okay, now, I guess that's my bad. From the get-go, why did you not want him to sign with Naira Marley?
Okay.
Answer: I felt he will be limited, and there is a difference between being a boss and being a worker. He had people already, and he had a manager, and I felt with time he would get there. I believe in his talent so much, and I am his biggest fan and critic. Question: from the story you have given, you had a long-standing relationship with your husband, and you were very close. The answer: very close. Question: at what point in time the nurse came in and realized he sustained an injury, and you asked him, are you not going to the hospital? She answered, and he said no. Question: why did you talk about the hospital? She answered, that was the next day when I saw that the wound was swollen. Question: when you saw that he did not go to the hospital, why did you leave the issue of treatment to another person and not take it up with his wife? Okay, let me read that again.
Yeah.
When you saw that he did not go to the hospital, why did you leave the issue of treatment to other person and not take it up as his wife? He responded by saying, there was a particular nurse that treats him, but she was not around that day. And I know my husband. Ever since the harassment and bullying started, and the labor boss always tells people he's mad and has mental issues. After October 50th.
Sorry, can I interject you there? She said which boy always talk about Mohbad, saying he has mental health issue?
His boss, Naira Marley.
Naira Marley, okay.
I will read that again. Answer: there was a particular nurse that treated him, but she was not around that day. And I know my husband. Ever since the harassment and bullying started, and the labor boss always tell people he is mad and he has mental issues. Okay. After the October 5 issue that they assaulted him, there was a man that wanted to help him. His name was Mr. Efe. The labor record reached out to him to tell him that he is in the psychiatric hospital and that he is mad. He wanted to help my husband with advance to drop a new song. And the man called my husband, and my husband messaged the Malian manager to report. People that were supposed to help him were not helping him. A lot of artists that were supposed to be in contact with him get scared so that people will not feel they are working for the opposite side. I start from Olamide, Belash Mother, and few other artists. A lot of artists don't talk to my husband, and they did not reply to his message. And he has reached out to countless artists for featuring. They did not answer him just because he has issues with his label manager. These things is a mental health. Whenever somebody fucks with, sorry for that word, that's what she put there. That is F word. With your mental health. Let me start again so you know. This thing is a mental health. Whenever somebody F's with your mental health, you will have trust issues. He doesn't trust the system. He feels the system will fail him. A week before having my baby, to go to the hospital, he put a call through to my mother that I must not have my child in the hospital, that he feels they might harm our son. And he feels his oppressors might pay anybody, and I gave birth on my baby at the traditional herbs, Alagbomo, because of the fear, he would not let me go to the hospital. Question.
Okay, so it was actually Mo that said she should go and have the child in Herbal traditional home.
According to what she's doing. Question. At the point in time, Spenny decided to go to another nurse. Why? Okay, this is a question. At the point in time, Spenny decided to go to another nurse. Why did you leave it to Bami? She answered, I did not leave any reason. Bami was close to him. Question. At the expense of your husband's health, Bami has come to give his witness account. At what point did the nurse come in? What was your late husband's doing when the nurse came around? She answered, he was in our son's room, pressing his phone when the nurse came in. Question. Hold on, sorry, please. And he said after the injection, he would go there to get the stuff for our son. Question. At what point did he react to the injection, and what was the injection? From the story you recounted, you said after he was injected, he needed to go to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom himself? She said, yes, he went to the bathroom himself. Question. And he was conscious after the injection? She said, yes. Question. So he walked into the bathroom himself? She said, no. He started reacting to it immediately. He told the nurse to remove it, that he was feeling somehow. Question. At what point did you raise an alarm? Answer. After leaving the restroom, he walked himself, and when I saw that he sat down on the floor, which is unusual, I had to pull a call to some people. Question. When the nurse came, he was in your son's room? She said, yes. Question. You all moved to your matrimonial room? She said, yes. My son's room is very small. Myself, Bami, and my husband. Question. At what point did Bami leave the scene? Answer. There was water in his room, so Bami went downstairs to get a mop to clean it. And he went outside. After we told the nurse he was an ulcer patient, Bami left the scene. I was in the room. Question. You were the only one left with the nurse and your husband? She said, yes. Question: how long did it take before you raised an alarm and Bami came back? Answer: it was immediately I saw him sitting on the floor. Question: at what point in time? She answered: I cannot recollect. After the Bami went downstairs, the nurse injected him here, she demonstrated. Then I went downstairs to check on the food I was cooking. Question: you left immediately after the nurse injected him? She said, yes, I was cooking. Question: but you said you were there. She answered, I was not present. I was coming and going. Immediately I opened the door for the next injection. That was when I heard him telling the nurse that she should remove it. Question: that is all. Respectfully, I want to allow my colleague ask some questions. Then the court said, you should have passed the question to you. Mr. Nowola. Now the one asking question now, Mr. Nowola, the lawyer asking question.
So who asked those questions before? So this is Mr. Lawyer David Nowola. So who was the person that asked these questions that we are just concluding on?
Yeah, let me go back.
Okay. So they gave injection. Are we able to digest and dissect that part where after giving Wumi's husband injection, that is more, and then he fell? Did she say she went back to the kitchen again? Or after?
Yes, she said she went back to the kitchen. And when they wanted to inject Mohbad. Yeah, the cross-examination is a Mr. David Nowola.
Okay, this one now. So it's still the same person because you said now it's Mr.
Yes.
Okay, it's the same person. Okay. I'm confused at this juncture. Please, can you come again? The part that they gave the first injection, it was fine, Abby. Then she went, came back. The second injection, that many times did she say she left him?
Said she was going and coming.
Okay.
Because she was cooking.
Think of how many times that she went and came back. Because she said she came back. They asked her earlier. She came back and she said she saw the nurse giving only 2 injections. So what does that insinuate? Does it mean that the nurse gave more than that, but she only saw 2?
Anytime they want to give Mohbad injection, that's when she excused herself. That's what I can see here. And the reason for her excuses are because she was cooking. So she said the second injection, she wasn't there. At the moment,
hello, come here. I don't want anybody to come here and be typing like an idiot. I don't take rubbish here. Look at this platform. A TikToker. Don't come and be saying somebody is perfect. We are doing jury here. Are you hearing me? So let your sense be able to critically analyze. Don't come here and be typing like a nuisance. If not, I want to you are better to work for Mohbad. You understand? Don't come here and be tapping don't allow us. Yesterday we had a very good jury court here. And we sat down, we listened, we asked questions, and we critically analyzed. We used our brain. We don't have poo in our brain. We are talking like as reasonable men. Okay? So when I'm reasoning, when I'm critically examining anything and asking questions, don't come saying who is perfect. To go and say that in the church. This is not church gathering. This is a legal court gathering. We are critically analyzing. Okay? So get out of here. You don't want nuisance here. I found we wow, we are human beings. Okay, please go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
no problem here.
You could have left too. Who is this nuisance? Tani MCB, not any crazy person. You came to my platform, you are saying that you could have left. Hello? You are on my platform. You are distracting me. Me seeing you are irritating me. Go ahead, please. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where. Okay, that is all. Respectfully, I want to allow my colleague asked some questions. Then the judge said, he should have passed the questions to you. He said, Owella, I asked, when he was injected, before he vomited, did he eat anything? She answered, yes, he had noodles. Question, what food were you cooking? She answered, I was cooking fried rice for our baby. It was a celebration. That was the day my baby clocked 5 months. Question, after the fight, why did you leave? After the fight, where did you leave Fine Boy? She said, we left him at the scene. Question, my lord, that would be all for now. Mrs. Deleshi Asagba.
Okay. Lawyer?
Yeah, her lawyer. I guess that was the person she was referring to, that she wants her to ask questions. You understand, Yekudi?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, can we block this person on the comment section? This MCB. I don't know if we should just block him on the comment section, man.
It's inconsequential.
He's a woman. If she's a woman, I've seen a woman's picture. They should block him here.
Okay.
They should block her, man.
Rest in peace. Bye. Blocked. All right, let's go ahead.
Miss Delechi Asagba. Respectfully, my lord, I will be calling on my colleague to take the cross-examination in the matter OSA RI0USLY. But before then, my lord, I would like to lay a foundation here. Wunmi, I really empathize with you. Accept our condolences, and I pray that the Almighty will be with you. I would also like to say that...
Sorry, can I interrupt you there? Sorry. Can you people see? You see, I want you to all learn something from how the lawyers are talking, and you will be asking me why. Why we don't want to learn anything. Please, let's do that. See, the moment they want to cross-examine her, because as far as I understand, she was brought in as a witness, okay? Not like in the case of Prime Boy and Spending that were brought in as suspects, okay? But because we know, we as reasonable man, we know that normally, because they were the ones around Mohbad, they are potential prime suspects. And they are not yet convicted for anything. They have not been charged to court for anything. In fact, inclusive Prime Boy and Spending. You see, when they came in, what did they do to them? To her, they foremost empathized with her. They foremost empathized with her. We are sorry for your loss and everything. And still went ahead to cross-examine her, to ask her questions. This is where and why I have problem with many of us. People will empathize and say, oh, this is so sad. But they are still going ahead to cross-examine her. Because she's the only one that can tell us what really happened last few hours, minutes to the demise of Mo. And that's why I always want you people to ignore this team Wunmi and all these people that just come here like that. Nuisance will just block now. Because if we reason like them, they won't go ahead and still cross-examine Wunmi the same way we do here now. We are sitting down, we are listening to what she has to say, and we are asking questions. Do you understand? If she was here with us, she will be the one who will be asking those questions. And then the next thing is that people will have to start to throw tantrum, insult you, cursing, because you are asking questions. Who else would we ask the question? Who else would the courts ask the question? It is them, because they are the ones with. Doesn't mean that people aren't empathizing. They will foremost address them and tell them, we're sorry about your loss, empathize with them, and still go ahead. If it's 4 hours, she will stand on that witness box and still answer all the questions with due diligence. I hope we learned something from there. Let's go ahead.
I think this lawyer, Mrs. Delechi Asagba, is from the NBA. He's the concerned citizens lawyer, the human rights, I guess.
Nigeria Bar Association.
Yeah, NBA, yes. Respectfully, my lord, I will be calling on my colleague to take the cross-examination in the matter OSA Aramolaron. But before then, my lord, I would like to lay a foundation here. Wunmi, I really empathize with you. Accept our condolences, and I pray that the Almighty will be with you and strengthen you. I would also like to say that in this coroner case, you have already stated that you want justice for your husband, and we are interested parties, MDA, and we are here to ensure the justice is done. This is not a trial, it is a coroner inquiry into a death that is suspicious, sudden, violent, or is not a normal. It's not normal, and we have come in as interested parties in this matter. And that is why you see many of us here. We want to find out who died, when he died, where he died, and how he died. And how did he die? We want to also see how we can prevent such. This is a fact-finding mission. Anything you have to say, feel free to say it. Cross-examination by OSA, Aramolaron. Question, Mrs. Aloba. Just as my learned National Vice President has advised you, please stay focused on the purpose of this inquiry. Cast your mind out of what is happening on social media. You are one of the persons that can give the court the high to what happened and what led to his death because you were his wife. Please calm yourself down. You know your husband very well. Will I be correct to say that even when he coughs, you can easily tell where the cough is coming from? She responded, yes. Question. If we are coming from the pains he was going through from the injury he sustained, at what point did you think the mere injury you mentioned, what came to your mind to think that little injury you needed to go to the hospital? She said, because of the state I saw it on Monday afternoon, it was swollen, unlike how he slept with it on Monday morning. It was just a normal cut, but when he woke up on Monday morning, it was swollen, and I felt it needed a medical attention. Question. You have said it was a mere injury. When you were trying to describe how big the hand was, you said it was just small. What gave you the mind to think that this small cut, the next call, should be the hospital? She answered, because the day he had the injury, it was just a normal cut, but when he woke up the next day, it was not the same way I left it. There was a little swelling around the injured part, and that was when I felt this needed attention, medical attention. I wasn't expecting it to be swollen because it was just a cut. Question. There was a time in February, and from the account you gave before the court, you mentioned it was hit in the head by the officer of the NDLEA, and he was beaten and he sustained injury. She said yes. Question. You will agree with me that the injury he sustained at the NDLEA scenario was more severe compared to the one at the show? Will I be correct to say that? The severity of the pain of the injury, which one was more severe? The answer, it was the NDLEA. Question. But at the NDLEA, you said because of